Hey YouTube, it's time for another installment of Strange Questions. First question is from Meter2454, and it says, "You seem like an intelligent young lady. What was your GPA in college? What were your math and verbal scores on the SAT?" My overall GPA after I graduated ended up being about 3.2. And I didn't take the SAT. I took the ACT. The people in the Midwest generally take ACT instead of SAT. So I don't know what my math and verbal scores would be on the SAT. Probably pretty low because I'm not very good at math. Verbal scores would be fine. But on my ACT, I only took it once and I got a 25. And I didn't bother retaking it because I only wanted to go to Northwest Missouri State, and their minimum requirement for enrollment is an 18 on the ACT, so didn't bother paying for it again. So that's that one. Thank you, Meter. The second question is from Bay Area Cali 707, and it is, how far would you go to protect a loved one? It depends on the situation, because like if it's someone is life or death situation, I would do pretty much anything. I would jump in front of a bullet. You know, I would get hit by a car for somebody, you know, because I feel at peace with the universe. I'm not afraid of dying. Well, I'm not afraid of death. I'm afraid of dying painfully. But I'm at peace with the universe. I'm not worried about what's going to happen to me after I die. And if I love someone, then of course, I'll take a bullet for you, man. Not like you'd ever be in that situation unless you're like a bodyguard or something. But yeah, I do pretty much anything. As far as like if I'm protecting them from maybe heartache, that's different, because you need heartache in your life to appreciate the good things. And a lot of times I'll see people doing like, that's not gonna go well, that's hot, don't touch it, you know. But I've had to learn, and I'm still working on it, but I had to learn to just sit back and let people make their own mistakes until they ask me for my advice. Because I have a really big problem with, hey, let me tell you what I think about this. And I really need to stop doing that unless they ask. So, yeah, I'll do pretty much anything to protect your life. But as far as like life situations go, it depends on what it is. Thank you, Bay Area. The next question is from Andy Panda 105. Awesome username. Have you ever had sex with a guy with a crooked penis? Andy Panda, you're new to the Strange Questions, so I'm going to let this one slide. But for those of you who've been watching for all 18 episodes, I am no longer answering sexual questions. So, Andy Panda, thank you for your question. If you would like to send me a new one that has nothing to do with sex, I will be happy to answer it for you. Next one is from SuperteriGal, and it is, why do you think so many people have viewed your video, Why Girls Hit Guys with the Balls? Why Girls Hit Guys with the Balls is the first video I did on request, and kind of what started the Strange Questions installment. And the reason I think so many people watch that is because a lot of people search for videos about guys getting hit in the balls, and they're expecting to see someone get kicked, or, you know, whatever, a basketball hitting them in the junk, you know, something like that. But, so they'll search for it, and they'll see my video and think they're going to watch someone get hit in the balls. And they aren't. Instead, they find me talking about why you shouldn't hit guys in the balls. And, you know, millions and millions of views doesn't necessarily mean that these people have watched the whole video through, because YouTube will count it if they click on it and watch a second of it. It counts as a view. And I'm not knocking those views. I'd happily take those views. But I think that's the main reason that people watch that video, not because they actually are interested in what I'm saying. And if you go onto that video and look at the comment section, there are so many people like arguing back and forth on that comment section. So interesting. If you haven't seen that one, go check it out. Here's an annotation on my face. Okay. Next question is from FrogMayor. FrogMayor says, I just looked through your modeling pictures, and you are very beautiful, and the photographers that you went to were fantastic. On the photo shoots that you have been involved in, which one made you the most self-conscious and why? good question. For those of you who didn't know, I also model. You can see my modeling portfolio at my Facebook page, www.facebook.com/JamieLynnPerformer. Or you can go to my personal website, which is www.jamielynn.art.officelive.com. You can see all of my modeling photos on those sites. I've done a lot of different, I've done a couple risque and a couple really weird photo shoots. So the answer to this question is kind of unexpected. The shoot that made me the most self-conscious, I was doing a pinup photo shoot with my friend Katie, and she was the other model, and the photographer was my fiance at the time. And the reason it made me so self-conscious is because, first of all, I was watching her take all of these beautiful pictures, and I felt like mine weren't as good, and my hair was dirty, so I was worried about that. And the thing that made me the most self-conscious is the fact that Andy was the photographer, because we were together. I didn't want to let him down, and he felt like I wasn't following directions well enough, and so we both got really frustrated, and it made me really self-conscious because I felt like I was letting him down because, he was my man. But, yeah, so that made me the most self-conscious. FrogMayor also asked the same question, but geared towards plays. So which play made me the most self-conscious? For this one, I would say The Uninvited, when I performed at Brownville Village Theater in Brownville, Nebraska. The Uninvited is a kind of murder mystery type play, and I played a elderly governess, very strict, from Bristol. And so I had to do a Bristol accent, which I had never done before. And for those of you who don't know what Bristol sounds like, it's like a mixture between Cockney English and Irish. So, if you can picture, My Fair Lady, that really dirty Cockney sound, and a very thick Irish accent. So, for example, there was a line where I said, "I doubt that, Mr. Fitzgerald." And I said it like this: "I doubt that, Mr. Fitzgerald." Very hard R's, but the vowels are really diphthong, very drawn out, multiple syllables in one vowel. And so it was rough. And to make matters worse, I was only in one scene, but I was telling the backstory. So there was one line from this person and then a big paragraph from me. And they were speaking in normal British accents, so it was really hard for me to stay in my Bristol accent while listening to them do a different one. So that one made me real self-conscious, but I'm really proud of that because I nailed it. Yay! Okay, and there is one more question, and I always get this username wrong, so I'm just gonna read what it says right here. Okay, and they ask, how do you picture your perfect wedding? Well, I've started planning several weddings, because I've been engaged a couple of times, both to Andy, and I was also in a serious relationship where we were not engaged, but we were discussing getting married. And I think that a wedding is, how it goes, it depends on who you're marrying. You can't just say, this is my dream wedding, this is what's going to happen, because if you have that planned out already, you're not taking into consideration the person you're marrying. So I'll just tell you my basic wedding requirements that I would want no matter who I got married to. One, I don't want to get married in a church. I think that your wedding day should be about you and your love for each other, and not a service, not a church service. Secondly, I would want my bridesmaids in yellow, and right now I have two for sure who will absolutely be my wedding regardless. I will make them. And that is Danielle Ledoux, and we do a lot of collab videos together. That's Danny Democracy 8. Click here on my face for her channel. And Janae Holbein, who I acted with in Brownville Village Theater. And so those are my two. So I require, not at a church, yellow bridesmaids dresses, Danny and Janae as my bridesmaids. And I really, really, really want an outdoor wedding. But again, that depends on all kinds of different things. There's this beautiful park in Kansas City called Loose Park that has this awesome rose garden. And I would love to have an early fall wedding in that park. Again, depends on who I'm marrying and how things flesh out. And of course, I want a wedding dress that looks just like Belle's dress. You're not surprised, I know. So, that concludes this installment of Strange Questions. Thank you everyone who sent me your questions. I really appreciate it. Keep them coming. Give me some video responses answering these questions for yourself. Send me some more questions. You can send them in a personal message, write them on my channel wall, or you can put them in the comment section below. And I think that covers everything. Sorry it took me so long to get these to get this up because, you know, the bronchitis and the show and all that stuff. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later. Peace.